I think he's getting excellent coaching and being put in situations. The thing is, when you're in the playoffs, those situations change. And you cannot take those chances without somebody running the other way, celebrating. Now, in regards to the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are who I thought they were. They are a quarterback away from being what they're supposed to be. I understand their running game is not up to snuff. There's no, I know early in the season they were solid, and at some point they fell off. Me personally, I'm not going to take the route of their running game fell off. I personally believe when you cannot throw the ball, as you stated, the linebackers cheat up, the safeties cheat up. You're not going to throw it over our heads, so we're going to shut the little bit of running game that it would take to maintain a solid offense. We're shutting that down, and because we're shutting that down, what we're going to do is expose Ben Roethlisberger. It's a reason that this team was chasing Jameis Winston around. It's a reason that this team, coaching got you this far. I was listening to Microwave show, and it was a guy, he's a Steelers fan. He's not Mike Tomlin's #1 supporter, but I have no issue with his X's and O's. I do have issues with his Willies and Joes. For whatever reason, nobody, and I do mean nobody, gives this dude the smoke he deserves. Ben Roethlisberger should have been in line for another 5-interception game. But yet and still, nobody says anything. I was hearing, even on the Homie Microwave show today, Juju stepped on the logo and that pissed everybody off. But guess what? If Juju would have stepped on that logo, y'all, and they'd have won, even with him receiving that big-ass hit, who would have gave a damn? See, it's all these ancillary things, in my personal opinion, that nobody needs to be paying attention to. Ben Roethlisberger is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the last 15 years. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all can tell me, oh man, he got 2 Super Bowls. Well, you know what? Brad Johnson got a Super Bowl too. I don't hear nobody saying, Brad Johnson, the man. I've never heard that. I've never heard Trent Dilfer's the man. So, hey, this dude is what he has been skating because look at the Pittsburgh Steelers over the last 20 years. Like Microwave mentioned, Wallace and Hines and AB and Juju and all these guys that he even got. He done had Fast Willie. He done had JB, Jerome Bettis. He done had other guys who step up. He had Le'Veon Bell at one point. And what happened? He has not produced. Ben Roethlisberger has been to 3 Super Bowls. And he won 2 of those 3. But Ben Roethlisberger has a grand total of, if I'm not mistaken, Ben Roethlisberger has 1 Super Bowl touchdown in 3 games.
How many?
1. If I'm not mistaken. Let me look. I don't want to slander his name.
He gotta be more than that because look, Hines Ward won Super Bowl MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Did he win without a touchdown?
Yeah, he didn't get a touchdown in that game. I know he didn't get a touchdown in that game.
So off top, the only touchdown I remember him with Ben Roethlisberger throwing is to Antonio Holmes against the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the one that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I'm just tired of people. This dude gets a complete pass when it comes to the Super Bowls. I mean, oh yeah, he won the Super Bowl. Yeah, he did win the Super Bowl. There's no doubt about him winning the Super Bowl. But the last time I checked, you're allegedly an elite level quarterback. You're supposed to perform in the Super Bowl. You're supposed to perform in the Super Bowl. I've yet to see him perform in the Super Bowl in accordance to the way people talk about him, because he is very pedestrian in Super Bowls, extremely pedestrian in Super Bowls. So why am I loving this dude all of a sudden? Why is he a lead pipe cinch Hall of Famer? And if it was, I wish the conference line was open, because I would love to have one of my old heads call and say, hey, I would say, hey, like everybody talks about Phillip Rivers, everybody talks about Eli Manning, and everybody talks about Ben Roethlisberger as if these dudes were the end all be all, right? But if they were the end all be all, at what point was either one of those guys considered the very best quarterback in the National Football League? None of them. At no point. And if you are old school head, I'm trying to figure out at what point if Ben Roethlisberger a guaranteed lock in the Hall of Fame because he got 2 Super Bowls. Phil Sim has 2 as well, and my man Jim Plunkett from the Raiders, he has 2, and guess what? He got a Super Bowl MVP.
Okay.
And he's not in the Super Bowl. I mean, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I think I got it. Ben Roethlisberger is known is he gets his credibility for winning the Super Bowl. Boom. Eli gets his for winning the Super Bowl, but beating Tom Brady in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Phillip Rivers gets his for beating Peyton Manning.
So you get basically
measuring sticks that we're putting them to.
So hold. Let me make sure I understand what you're saying. We're going to ignore an entire career of mediocrity, and what we're going to do is put people in the Hall of Fame because they had a good Sunday.
2 good Sundays.
Oh, 2 good Sundays. So you know how. I mean, we talk about 2 good Sundays get you in the Hall of Fame. Now, like my man Chief Rocco just put in there, plus 2 MVPs. Now, okay, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, beat Tom Brady twice. Now, anybody who listening, yourself included, I would like somebody to tell me who Eli Manning is better than that's worth a damn.
Right.
Because I know some guys who never won anything, but you wouldn't challenge if they better than anybody. Nobody would. But
I got one name off the top. Dan Marino.
Right. I mean, Warren Moon, Dan Fouts, they never even played in the Super Bowl.
So, Rocco, you in the chat, Rocco. You in the chat. Would you rather have had Eli Manning or Dan Marino?
I mean, that's not even really a question.
It's hindsight now. Yeah, of course.
No. I mean, at no point in his life. Hey, dog, draft day. Nobody would have said Eli. Nobody said Eli Manning is that guy. Nobody said that.
The Chargers did.
No. Yeah. They picked Phillip. They picked Eli Manning. They would have picked Eli Manning versus having a Drew Brees who wasn't the Drew Brees that we know him as now.
Right.
So I'm not trying to hear that, man. I mean, I ain't trying to hear none of that, son. I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm not, man. It's just, man. It's not a realistic situation. And then, like, even with the Super Bowl MVPs, I'm looking up the one Super Bowl where he beat Tom Brady 17-14. That sounds like a deep. Seeing how the Patriots were setting records in the National Football League for scoring and things like that. Eli Manning in that Super Bowl was 19 for 34, 2 touchdowns and interception. Nah, bro. I ain't going. 255 yards. You threw the ball 34 times with 255 yards. I ain't going.
Yeah.
That's not. And then and again, I'm not gonna sum up his career with one game. And hey, here's a news flash. Guess what? I'm an Eli Manning guy. How about that?
It's not even that though, because the run that so granted, I'm an Eli man. I like Eli because I'm a Peyton fan, so you know the Manning brothers is always gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna pay attention to them as well. But in regards to that run when he did beat Tom Brady, I think part of it is the run that he made. Wasn't they a 16? So it's like they got hot at the right time.
And but see,
and then beat down Tom Brady.
But see, that's the thing. That's the misconception, Joe. No quarterback beats down another quarterback. I mean, dude, I'm an Eli guy, but he's just not a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of good dude. He's a Hall of good enough to win a Super Bowl.
Hall of good dude?
Yeah, he's in the Hall of good.
He's a win-win.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame, you should only get in the Pro Football Hall of Fame if you're a win because quarterback. And that's why, look, Ken Anderson is better than Eli Ben. And it's this dude who used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals. Took them to their first Super Bowl. Ken Anderson. Football people will let you know. If you know anybody who is my age or older, ask them about Ken Anderson. And they don't even know he's not in the Hall of Fame. If you said, Ken Anderson ain't in the Hall of Fame, they'll think you were lying. And again, man, I'm not diminishing winning Super Bowls, but I could see if Eli Manning was under the Joe Namath Act, where you're the first person to do something on the worst franchise in the world, and yada yada yada, and this, that, and the third. But you just were pretty good. You were a very good football player. You were a very good football player. I mean, let's just go through his division. Let's go through Eli's division, right? During Eli's career, he was never better than McFive. He was equivalent to Tony Romo.
Okay.
He better than every Redskin quarterback in the history of the world, man. Or equal to. So
I was gonna say, I'm trying to think about who would have been for the Eagles. Oh, you said McNabb.
McNabb, he wasn't better than McNabb. He wasn't better than Vic. He might not be better than Jalen Hurts. Yeah, like She Rock said, Kenny Anderson was the truth.
I enjoy watching him.
And I like Eli, but just because I like you don't mean you're a Hall of Famer. And Ben is a Hall of Famer because all I know is this. If you get Donovan McNabb, Steve McNair, Steve, fuck all that. What's the difference? I got a question for anybody who's listening. I wish the damn conference line was open. But here's a question for anybody who's listening who know football. How's Ben Roethlisberger different from Tony Romo outside of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense being lights out? Because every time we turn around, Ben Roethlisberger got 4 and 5 interception games, and he hit wide open linebackers. And look at all that talent that has gone through Pittsburgh during his time, and he has done nothing. So, I don't know, man. I mean, and I'm not trying to cover up for the Pittsburgh Steelers mishaps, but Mike Tomlin get the rap of very good night. Like the homie, I don't know his name, he called Microwave Show today. He said Mike Tomlinson is a very good coach, not a great coach. That means he's not going to the Hall of Fame, according to this dude. But I bet you he would put Ben Roethlisberger in the Hall of Fame. And Chief Rockin' them know the guy. Next time he call your show, Chief, ask old boy. Exactly. Thank you, Chief. The only difference is Super Bowl appearances. And that's tough to say. The only difference is, but if Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin was Tony Romo coaches, what's the chance of them not making the Super Bowl? You see what I'm saying? That lights out defense. You got the bus turning out. You got Hines Ward. You got Wallace. You got Sanders. You got AB. You got Juju, and a host of guys that we can't even think of right now, man. This dude has had a lot of talent around him and has done butt kicks. His name is Dollars. Ask him, Chief. Ask him. Just do me a favor, your next show, or reach out to the homie and ask him, is Ben Roethlisberger a Hall of Famer? You put